First things first, and we are going viral. Trae Young had a game to remember last night, going 8 for 15 from deep for his first career 50-point game. And after the win, what else but a jersey swap? He gave his jersey to Quavo. You guys surprised Trae didn't want to keep that one for his personal collection?
What did Quavo give back to him? Did he give like a chain or something?
Quavo, I feel like, is at a lot of Atlanta Hawks games. He's a frequent in State Farm.
And they
so
had
maybe
a performance at halftime. I don't know who it was.
Oh, it was Quavo night.
So maybe it was Quavo that performed.
Okay, that's cool. But I had a 50-point game. You better give me a chain or something. Like,
he should be giving him something. He got all that around his neck.
Next album.
Yeah, it's just straight rap.
I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like everyone does a little bit.
Right. Everybody got a little. Everybody got 16 bars in them. Right? You know that? You don't have 16 bars in you?
Not even 6.
On to the Sixers hosting the Nets last night. Ben Simmons was out nursing a back injury, so Joel Embiid had to carry the load, finishing with a game-high 39 points to go along with 16 rebounds. The Sixers get the overtime win, 112-104. And here's Embiid after his dominant performance.
I'm here. I belong in being the best player in the world. I just intend to just, keep coming out every single night, just play hard, trying to get wins, and, just go out and trying to win a championship.
Vince, do you think that Embiid can carry the Sixers into
Judging by that smile,
deep
playoff
run?
Carry them where? Like, deep where? I don't see it. Like, you got to be able to stay on the floor. You got to be in shape. You got to be a big man with 2 moves and 2 counters, and I don't see that, short of that, open floor move. Like, there's so many questions about Joel Embiid from a performance standpoint. Don't get me wrong. I will take him over Ben Simmons. I feel like he's a much more bankable commodity that you can build around from a team standpoint because his blind spots aren't as blind as Ben Simmons's. But do y'all remember the second half of that playoff series last year against Toronto, where Marc Gasol and Serge Ibaka and those bigs shut him down when you had a 2-1 lead and you could have basically carried your team to the NBA Finals and you did not? I don't see it from a game standpoint. So from him not being in shape, from him not necessarily having the requisite pieces around him, I don't like the construction of that team. Chris, I don't see how he can carry them anywhere, even past the first round with the wrong matchup. They played Miami in the first round.
So you say he can't get out of the first round?
Lunch meat in the first round.
Miami's been struggling lately.
It's about matchups.
Out of the 4th spot.
Miami's lost 5 of 6.
Name me a road game they've won this year.
Oh, they've been horrible on the road.
Yes.
They've been tremendous at home.
But if they get one of those top 4 spots.
Right. And they're 26-2 at home, best record in the league. They've beaten the top 4 teams in each conference at home. Now, I get it. They better show major improvement on the road. Their road record is equal to the Knicks. Enough said, all right? But over the second half of the season, if they show improvement on the road, and that's really about maturity and focus. And the challenge with Joel, look, I don't mind him saying I want to be the best player in the world or I am the best player in the world. I like that bravado and that confidence. The challenge with Joel is, no, we don't really believe anything he's saying. Because just 2 weeks ago, he was tweeting or IG, Instagram with Jimmy Butler about maybe going to Miami. All right, let's call it what it was. Then he gets to the All-Star break, and he's talking about how he and Ben, they're on the same page. They believe in each other. We're together. The media's trying to divide us and all that. What Joel needs to do is just go out on the court and prove it. That's it. Talk all you want, but get on the court and follow it up. Now, I would obviously go with Miami or Milwaukee right now in the East. But if I had to pick another team, I think the best team to challenge them would be Philadelphia.
But they got to get there. They have to get there, and I don't think they will actually get there. Would you take...
They got them. Who has more talent?
Who has more upside?
Upside and talent in the East than Philadelphia.
You know the same things we're saying about Philadelphia right now, the same things we said about Boston last year. And what happened to Boston last year? They swept in the first round. They took game 1. Yes,
did we say that about Boston?
Yes, we did.
Boston
We went to the playoffs.
Joel Embiid.
I mean, Tatum and Brown.
Right, they were still young.
I mean,
the tone of it this team went, the tone of Boston last year was, they went to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals against LeBron. There's no more LeBron. They're going to turn it around, wait till their pieces all get together.
To me,
With Philly, we're ignoring the evidence that we see and we're going off the hope factor.
I'll give you that. But what I'm saying, like Boston, they didn't have as much talent, in my view, as what Philadelphia has now. They're well coached.
Does Philly have a lot of talent?
Yeah. Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris. You added a couple shooters in Alex Burks and Glenn Robinson, who they haven't really panned out yet, but you brought more shooting to space the floor, which is critical for them. Bringing Al Horford to the bench and putting another shooter out there is huge. Now, they have a major structural flaw that might come back to haunt them, probably will. When they want Ben and Joel on the court at the end of the game because those are your two best players. But the problem is nobody's going to guard Ben on the perimeter. And so they have to put him down near the bucket to get a team to guard him, and that forces Embiid out on the perimeter. I've been saying this for 2.5 years. Embiid said it last month. He's right. It's a big-time problem because if I'm in the fourth quarter and I need a bucket, I want Embiid down low. But he's out by the three-point line like he's 6'5" because we got Ben down low. And so you nullify.
Do you think it's a coincidence that in his post-game interview he brought up the fact how he can hit free throws down the stretch?
Absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely not.
That's a fact. And our great Dusty Waite brought, I'm going to back you up with some stats. In the first year that Simmons and Embiid played together, they were a plus 15.5. Second year, plus 7.6. This season, when they're on the floor together, plus 1.3. And it goes back to I think the fit is the biggest question. Yeah. How they play two different styles when Simmons on the floor and Embiid is not. When Embiid is on the floor and Simmons is not. And when they're both on the floor together, that's where nothing seems to fit. I think, and you go back to last postseason, I mean, one bounce by a Kawhi Leonard shot changed the trajectory. However,
they were that close.
Jimmy Butler being gone, to me, I mean, and add in J.J. Redick on that, but who's the leader in this locker room? Who's the leader? Are you relying on Joel, on Ben? Is Alec? Josh, are you Josh Richardson? Are you asking the young guys, Tobias Harris, like that?
And that shows on the road. They don't have a leader. They don't. Al Horford, they were hoping could be, and Al's a great professional. Right. But even you saw it last year in Boston with those young guys. He still didn't stabilize that locker room. I don't think his personality is strong enough and he's outspoken enough to control these guys. So that is a challenge for them. But talent-wise, you know, it's all there if they can put it together. I think Ben, we'd love him to shoot more. But the way you counter the fact that you don't shoot jumpers is you stay aggressive. And if he were to drive the basketball aggressively and always be in attack mode, I'm not saying drive every time, but stay in attack mode, that would help. I'm one that believes, now a lot of people around the NBA don't believe this. I'm one that believes you still can stay in attack mode and penetrate even if you've got a big man down low. Because people used to do it all the time. The lane used to be clogged all the time.
You know why? Because those penetrators want to either get a bucket or a drop-off or get to the foul line. And Simmons doesn't want to get to the foul line.
That's the one. Because he will finish, and he's good enough to pass and find the big man.
But
you're right. He's got to.
He does it. He's
got mental blocks. He's got to get over.
You guys have to name me a team that's gotten to the NBA Finals in the past 15 to 20 years that did not have a supreme shot creator in the fourth quarter. A guy that could get you a bucket, that could get off the dribble. One dribble, get a shot, get a good shot for him or someone else. That's the one thing that Philadelphia does not have. Tobias Harris is good as a third option, but he's their first fourth quarter option. I don't think that's going to cut it. And you can't name me a team in history that's had that type of big deficiency late in games.
But you said they won't even get out of the first round.
Yes, I said that.
Yes. How they not get? They getting out of the first round.
I don't know.
If they play man to get in first round.
Ex-Uncle Rob Parker would say, we betting wings on that. They getting out of the first round.
Did you mention Rob Parker's name on this airways?
You got that back?
The following
chicken wings, lemon pepper.
I'm just going to join whoever wins. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't get out of the first round. I also wouldn't be surprised if they went to the finals. I think they are one of the most confusing teams that I've watched in quite some time.
We'll see. Look, their road record in the second half of the season will tell it all.
Tell me who their coach is. I'm just curious.
Brett Brown.
Oh, I thought he's there. Oh, okay. Because tell me, is he a net positive?
Let me ask you this.
Tell me, is he a net positive?
No, but let me ask you this. I think they got two options at the end of the season. If they go out early, like you say, or get blown out in the conference finals, find a new coach or trade Joel Embiid. Which one would you do?
I'm trading Ben Simmons.
Nah, come on, man.
Can't shoot, won't shoot. I'm trading.
How long is Embiid going to be?
I think any of those three things could happen.
Yes. No
Any
question.
of them. All right, coming up.